All right, Trump said he called Putin after the Ukrainians attacked the Russian nuclear bombers. So after that big drone attack, Trump said he contacted Putin. And his tone was very interesting. You know, usually Trump exaggerates things. He makes it seem like, oh, everything's gonna be fine. It didn't quite seem that way this time. What's really interesting is that Trump, he seems to be claiming that he didn't know about this operation. This operation that took 18 months long. Of course, that was before he got into the office. But, you know, there's only one or two possibilities. Either Trump did know what was going on, and he thought it'd be okay for them to go ahead, for the Ukrainians to go ahead and attack Russian bombers, part of the nuclear triad. Nuclear triad, of course, involves bombers, nuclear submarines, and land-based ICBMs. But he thought it'd be a good idea for the Ukrainians to attack the Russian bombers. Or he's just bad, he's out of the loop. Does Trump even have control over his own government? I mean, that's the question I have at this point. Because if he didn't know that they were going to do this, I gotta wonder if Putin asked them, okay, well then who did? You know, if somebody's the CIA running the show, have they gone rogue? No, because if that's the case, if you're looking at it from Putin's perspective, can you even work with Trump if he's that out of the loop that he didn't even know that somebody was actually going to go after Russian nuclear nuclear bombers? Because if Trump doesn't have any control, then why are you even bothering trying to work with this guy? I mean, obviously, we don't launch our nukes unless the commander-in-chief says so. That's Trump. But it sort of raises the question, who's running the show if Trump really didn't know? So, oh boy. Some people say, oh, well, this is one big nothing burger. Calling something a nothing burger isn't going to change the fact that we could be on the verge of nuclear war. You can call it a nothing burger all you want. That doesn't make the problem go away. And people, they have this normalcy bias. I find myself sort of developing that too, where because we haven't had a nuclear war, people assume that, oh, well, you're just a boy who cried wolf or whatever. Nothing's happened yet, therefore nothing's gonna happen. And that logic seems kind of crazy to me. Yeah. Anyway, so that continues to grab my attention. So Trump went on social media and he was talking about this phone call, this hour-long phone call he had with Putin. And Marco Rubio, Secretary of State, he seems to be taking this situation a little more seriously. So the problem is you have the British, you have the Germans, you have a lot of warmongers in Europe who don't take Putin seriously. And the problem with Putin is that because he started off with this special military operation and he didn't want to destroy a lot of the infrastructure of Ukraine, he had this sort of approach to, because he didn't want to have an unstable country on his border. Because he didn't go more aggressive in the very beginning, the Westerns have this impression that he's not willing to go all the way. Obviously, I don't want him to go all the way, but the problem is, it sort of reminds me of middle school, really. I keep thinking of middle school, where, you know, if you don't respond to aggression with the appropriate amount of aggression early in the process, you end up in a situation where the bullies will get even more aggressive, even more violent. And then even worse, you have other people trying to join in on the bullying. And see that the other guy was able to punk you to do whatever the hell he wants to do. So then they think, okay, well, now I'm going to start doing that because you're not going to do anything. I mean, the bottom line is that they're gambling with our lives. But anyway, Donald Trump met with the Chancellor of Germany in the Oval Office, and no, it wasn't a complete shit show like the Zelensky meeting was. No, it wasn't like that. Actually, Trump said that he wasn't going to remove the 40,000 soldiers, American soldiers that he has in Germany, and the Chancellor of Germany basically blamed the war on Russia. And Trump, his language is very interesting. He's basically said that he might let both sides fight it out for a while. I think he's starting to finally realize that, hey, this is kind of a really dangerous situation. So it's interesting. I don't know. Do you think Trump knew or not? I don't know. It doesn't matter at this point. He has to de-escalate the situation. We have to avoid World War III. Tulsi Gabbard, where is she in all this? Where is she? This is one of the reasons why I was excited to have her in that position as Director of National Intelligence. Cooler heads must prevail because there's a lot on the line, and there's got to be tremendous pressure from the people in Russia. There's warmongers in Russia. There's hawks in Russia who want to take certain action. I don't think the Russians are going to go ahead with tactical nukes. I don't see that happening. But I wouldn't be surprised if they actually try to take out the regime of Ukraine. I mean, just shut out the power, go after serious infrastructure, take out the leadership, including Zelensky. So that's basically what I'm expecting. Anyway, guys, these are my thoughts. I just saw Ballerina, that new John Wick movie. Awesome. Okay, loved it. I'm going to see it again tomorrow. I'm going to bring somebody else here tomorrow to see it. That's how much I like it. I was going to do that anyway. I'm looking forward to this movie. It's weird, the promotion of the movie. It's almost like they're trying to make the movie. It's almost like the studio's trying to hurt the movie by trying to censor what critics can say to a certain time. They say that you can only say something if you have something positive to say about the movie. It's kind of bizarre. Anyway, really good movie. I enjoyed it. If you're looking for an entertaining movie, there you go. It's a John Wick movie. It's not that complex as far as the story. It's a simple revenge story. But anyway, looking forward to the NBA Finals. I think the Pacers are going to do better than people think. I think they have a chance to win. I'm actually expecting the Pacers to win. Maybe I'm just crazy, but I think that they have the right combination. They have an awesome offense and a good enough defense. And I think they have a little bit more experience. You got to remember, what's his name? I forgot the guy who used to play for Toronto. At least he has championship experience. But anyway, Pasco or whatever. Yeah, so I think him and Halliburton, I think they have the potential to actually win this series. A lot of people are saying, oh, they're going to get blown out. It's not going to last beyond 4 or 5 games. I don't think so. I think people are underestimating the stage, the big stage, the NBA Finals, and its effect on players. I think Pascal, his experience playing for the Toronto Raptors is going to help him. He's their second biggest scorer. Actually, he won MVP of the Eastern Conference Finals. So we'll see. I think the Pacers can actually win this in 6 or 7. Guys, share your thoughts. Hopefully, we'll get a sequel to Ballerina. I thought Ana de Armas did a great job. She's beautiful. She kicked ass. Loved it. Hopefully, we'll get a sequel, unless somebody pushes the button. But anyway, in the meanwhile, I'm going to enjoy. Share your thoughts. Tell me what you think about the NBA Finals, Ballerina, and do you think Trump's going to be able to get a hold of the situation? Because he seems to be changing his mind. He changes his rhetoric and his approach from day to day. And it just seems really chaotic. It seems like he's not really controlling the situation. Anyway.